All right, let's do this. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's having a good Tuesday night. So, here we are again. 3 weeks in a row and another victory. This week, the Raiders went on to go beat the Denver Broncos at Allegiant Stadium, and it was a great game for the Raider fans, but not so much for the Denver Broncos. The Raiders ended up winning 37-12. And actually, give me a second. And I think we are good. I think we got it. Let me see here. Boop, boop, boop. He should be on. Anyway, we're trying to get him on right now. So we're going to try to get my brother on here pretty soon. Oh, there he is. There he is. How you doing, man?
Excited, man. I'm happy.
Oh, yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So let's just get right into it, man. That game on Sunday. I think last week I said something, with division games, you never know. It's always going to be close. That did not happen on Sunday. That did not happen. Yeah, it was not a game I was expecting. I think you even put it out there. I think you said 28-10. And I kind of thought differently. I'm like, nah, this game's probably going to be a lot closer than people think. But no, not at all. Not at all.
Bro, they went out there. They embarrassed them, man. Like I said, I think I said 3 weeks ago that the team was going to turn it around and really start to show what they got. And that's what they're doing, man. And it sucks because it's good and it sucks because we know that they're that good, but I just hate turning on the TV and we're on every channel now and they're like praising us and it's just like, where were you guys like 3-4 weeks ago? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is. You know how these guys are on the media and everything. When you're doing great, they love you. But then when you stink up the joint, they treat you like yesterday's trash. I mean, look at the 49ers. They were America's darlings last year, and now they're like America's like piece of crap or something. It's like that's how they are. That's how they are. So it's one of those things where we get on. We can talk about that another day. But overall, final score 30. What was it? 36 or 37? I thought it was 36.
I thought it was 37.
Okay. See, either way, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was 37-12.
Something like that. Yeah, it was. I mean, dude, it was to the it was to the point. I think by the third quarter, watching Booker and all that stuff, I was like, and for the people that speak Spanish, I was just like, Yahweh, yeah, like let it go, man. They don't want to play anymore. Why are we passing? Just run the clock down.
I was just gonna say that, man. It's like it's rare for me and you to see a game and it's just like, okay, third quarter, it's like it's in the bag. Like the fourth quarter, we're like, all right, man, it's getting kind of boring already. Want to switch it to another game?
Yeah, it was rough, and we didn't. We ended up seeing the rest, but we were just kind of like because usually because we've been on both ends of it as fans. We've seen where Denver, Kansas City, and the Chargers, they totally kick our ass, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you gotta enjoy the wins, man.
Oh, of course.
Especially when they're doing this good right now.
Oh, of course. And it was nothing short of spectacular. Like it could have been a lot worse had the Raiders taken advantage of the field position they got early in the game and everything. But for whatever reason, the offense just wasn't clicking. But it clicked in the end. The running game was, amazing again. The defense finally turned on, and that's the one thing, where I think it's like every week I'm like, I always say like I'd rather go for it on 4th and 99 than try to have the defense try to stop them at like their own 2. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
But they showed up this week. They showed up 5 turnovers, a few sacks, and they looked good. That defense finally came together. Like, and sure. I know people are out there.
4 interceptions, 3 by Heath, 1 by Carl Nassib.
No, 2 by Heath. 2 by Heath. 1 by Nick Kwiatkowski, and then 1 by Nassib.
Right, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Just another notch on the belt for the defense, man. And I hate to say this because I don't want to give myself all the credit, But I did say 3 weeks ago that the defense is going to turn on. It's going to be little by little. Who's to say? I'm not going to say from here on out they're gonna go all the way and it's because of the defense. I'm not saying that either. But you could tell, like with people like Abram and these young guys, they're just gelling right now, and that's what they need,
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys heard, but I'm sure it's already out there everywhere that we're going to beat down, I think, Cleveland Farrell and who was the other one? LaMarcus Joyner because of COVID, right?
Well, we don't know yet. That one is sort of kind of like up in the air. I think what it is they got it today, and I think if they test negative by Sunday morning, I think they have a chance to play. I'm not sure.
The only reason I bring it up is just because I just heard about it 10 minutes ago. I know it's been out there for a couple hours, but I honestly could just tell you I just heard about it right now.
Look, I've never been through a season during a pandemic. Have you? Do you know the rules about this COVID thing? Because I don't. I don't know. All I know is if they have a few negatives back, that I think they're clear from what I hear. I don't know how true it is. So somebody out there knows, please let us know, because I don't know. Like when I hear the whole COVID thing, I automatically assume you're out. But there's been cases where like somebody gets it Wednesday, and then it's like, oh, Saturday night they're clear, and it's like, what? Like I don't get. I don't. For me right now, the way I look at it, the way I look at it, Farrell, Joyner, they're out until otherwise. It's like Mike Zimmer said all those years ago during Hard Knocks. I can't worry about guys that are not practicing. I can only worry about the guys that are there. So if they're not practicing, well, oh well, we go with the guys we got. That's the way I like to look at it.
I mean, at this point, dude, look at the revolving door we have at O-line. We've been doing okay. We're going to overcome obstacles. So, you know what? It's just another one in our way, man. So, no Cleveland Farrell, no LaMarcus Joyner. And if you think about it, a lot of people complain about them a lot. You know what I mean? So now you get to see the Raiders team without them there. It's a positive for people. Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, with Corey Littleton now, we thought like, oh man, how is this going to happen? And then Nicholas Morrow showed up. So I'm just kind of like.
Nicholas Morrow has always been good, though. To tell you the truth, it kind of looks dumb on the Raiders now spending so much money on Corey Littleton when they've had Nicholas Morrow there the whole time. And I want to say probably his second or third year with us. Third year?
Third year, yeah.
With us. And every year he gets better. You should have just gave him some of that money, and if I'm not mistaken, he might be a free agent next year. So.
Yeah, with Morrow, it's one of those things. With Morrow, it's one of those things. It's like, look, man, he played in Division III school. If you could find Greenville College, I'm proud of you. All right, I'm proud of you. But he came out of Division III. He wasn't really sought out in the draft. Go figure. But he came into camp his rookie year. He showed, and he's been on the team ever since. And yeah, granted, he's not like the best linebacker to ever come out of college. But I've seen worse. I've seen worse play, and it seems every year he's had his ups and downs, and that's what he is. He's just an up and down dude.
Yeah, but getting back to it, man, the Bronco game, it was good, dude. They played well. Defense really stepped it up, and like I said, I think every week they're just going to continue to gel, get better, and that's what we need them to do, man. We definitely need them to get better because here comes the end of the season, man, where you really got to tighten up, and I don't want to jinx us or anything, but we're looking well enough to probably get into the playoffs. Who knows,
In this playoff season, it's weird because now 7 teams can go, but the AFC is stacked. You look at teams that are fighting for the wild card spot. You got Miami, who's on a roll. You got the Browns, who are having one of their best years in a long time. You got the Ravens, who are the number 7 seed, and that's a tough team. They were just number 1 last year, so
right.
They're a solid team, and then you got a bunch of other teams who are on the outside looking in, and
right.
You got the Colts. You got the Colts
leading their division that are 1 game away from losing and then becoming a wild card seed. You know what I mean?
So you got the Dolphins who are literally chasing the Bills right now, who are 1 game away from the Bills. So who's to say the Dolphins go on a roll, the Bills continue to lose, and now it's like, oh, the Bills are in the wild card conversation. It's weird. The AFC is really hard this year, and it's like, man, even 7 seed might not be enough for some of these guys, and some of these guys that are 6-3 now, they're going to be in the outside looking in, and that's going to suck. And the Raiders have to make sure they're not one of those teams. They have to keep doing what they're doing, which is, something I've been saying since Gruden got there. Run the freaking rock, man. 31 times, 41 times. I don't give a dang. We got 2 solid running backs. Run the Joker, man. Just run the damn thing. I don't care about passing.
Not only that, man, you actually got a quarterback that's running it pretty well also. I don't know if you heard about that guy.
Oh, Carr? Yeah, well, he's the reason we passed over 200 again. I think he got us, 10 rushing yards to help us get over the 200 mark in back-to-back games? Thanks, Carr. Good job, man. Good job, man.
I'm sure he's watching.
But no, overall, my final statement for the Denver game, it was just one of those games where I like to see division games close. I never like to see one team get blown out, but that's just what happened, and just it happens this time that we were on the winning side. That's just how it goes sometimes, I mean, we've seen plenty of.
We watch division games where teams are bad, and we go in there and we make it a game, but we made it hard on them, man. We really gave them a swift kick in the pants.
Yeah,
we really did.
That was probably their most complete game, I would say, of the year so far, was against the Broncos. That was probably their best game overall. So we'll see what happens. We see them at the end of the year, so we'll see what changes happen between now and then, because you never play the same team twice. That's the thing about division games. You play them once, and then it's like next time it's a totally different roster, and it's weird how football works that way. But moving on.
Yeah.
So here we go. The Chiefs are in town. They're going to go to Vegas. Sunday Night Football. Hopefully we don't get this one taken away again because of COVID, because the Chiefs are dealing with it as well. So we don't know what's going to happen. But from what I know, it's going to happen until told otherwise. Sunday Night Football. What's your reaction? What did you got?
I just want to see them go head to head, man. Honestly, this is going to be a game where this isn't the Denver Broncos coming in, No. This is a team that's pissed that we gave it to them at their house, that their only loss this season. They're a prideful team. They're the Super Bowl champions. They're going to come in ready to knock our damn heads off our shoulders, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So, at this point, dude, I mean, I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, I really came up with this. If we beat them once, we can do it again. It's just going to take everybody and their mother and the kitchen sink to get it done.
Pretty much. For me, I kind of want this game to be over already, because this is kind of the first time where I look at this game and it's like, honestly, like, yeah, there's trash talk, but this time it's just, I'm going to put this nicely. It's pansy talk right now on both ends. Like, you got one team saying they're pissed because, they did a victory lap with the buses and everything. And it's like they're pissed about that. And then, Gruden mentioned it, saying that there was a smart aleck driver, so they forced them to do the lap or whatever. And then you had Travis Kelce going on today like, oh, that's what they got to do to feel good. Let them do it. We do things differently. We play with pride. Okay, but weren't you just doing like the Ric Flair walk against the Jets? Like middle of the third quarter, embarrassing them, and you guys are over there like doing the Ric Flair and the cabin swing dance against the Jets, the 0-9 Jets? Like, I don't know. I just want this game to be over already, because both of these teams, everybody on this staff, from players, coaches, everybody, they're acting like a bunch of pansies. Just play the freaking game, man. Play the freaking game. Like, enough. If you're really,
let's get on with it.
Like, if you're really upset that the bus thing, then really, that's what's gonna tick you off. It's not the loss that ticked you guys off. It's the bus going around the stadium. That's what ticked you guys off. Oh, okay. And then, for the on the Raiders' part, that was a dick move. You didn't have to do that. Just go in there, get the hell out of here. But nobody wants to.
It's been 7 years. It's been 7 years since we beat them over there.
That's what I'm saying.
One little victory lap ain't gonna kill them.
Yeah, but it's been, like you said, it's been 7 years. Get over, really, sweep them, and then you can talk, So on the Raiders side, I thought that was like a dick move, whatever. But on the Kansas City side, they sound like a bunch of pansies, man. Just get over it. Really? So we're not going to talk about how Mahomes didn't want to shake hands with Carr after the game. But because he's an MVP, he can do whatever he wants. And I'm tired of it. This game, I want this done. I want this over with so we don't have to worry about these guys till next year. And I hope and I pray that we don't see these guys in the playoffs because it's like, oh, God, more crap talk from pansies on both ends. I'm tired of it. So for me personally, what I'm looking forward to in this game is who's actually going to play. Because the Chiefs are dealing with COVID as well. But the thing is, that's not an excuse anymore. That's everybody. Everybody's dealing with something. I mean, last week, the Steelers thought they were going to play without Big Ben. So they had to go through that. It's just injuries, COVID, that's not an excuse anymore. It's a physical game. It's a tough game. And, whoever plays. And that's about it. But from what I want to see this coming up, for me, offensively, it's more of a special teams thing for me. I kind of want to see Ruggs return more kickoffs. He's not doing it at wide receiver. So let's try him out at kick returner, and we'll give him a season under the belt. And maybe with next year's training camp, he'll come along. It's just, for me, if you're not getting it now, you're not going to get it. So let's just try him at special teams. That's the only change I would want to see.
Yeah, at this point, bro, I'm doing everything possible to try to figure out what they can do better to get him more into the game. But I think at this point, it's just something between maybe him and Carr. They're just not gelling. They're not on the same page. But the more I sit there and I watch him, dude, and I watch him play, I think he was more suited for a
49ers offense, a Rams offense, gadget play.
Like retro spot, yeah, kind of. You know what I mean? Body type, speed, stuff like that. The slot, just playing the slot. And at this point, dude, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what else to do, man. And I'm sure that they're scratching their heads too because it's like, hey, guys, we drafted this guy in the first round. We got to get him involved because the fans are, we're talking. Everybody's talking, dude. It's literally 3 catches.
What did I tell you on draft night?
You could have got a guy in the 4th round to give you those type of numbers.
What did I tell you on draft night? What did I say immediately? Bust.
I could say this. Honestly, I was there, and literally when the card was given to the commissioner, I remember you saying anybody but Ruggs, and then that's when they said his name.
Yeah.
And with whatever pick in the first round, whatever.
Look, the thing about it here's the thing about people with draft opinions, and that's what it is. Draft opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one. People loved Ruggs. That's their thing. Me? Yeah. I was on the boat of, hey, I wouldn't have not touched this kid until the 4th round. But that's everybody has different things. See, for me, there was people out there that said, perfect example, and you could be a testament to this. Everybody loved Rolando McClain, him coming out. What did I tell? What's the first thing I did when we drafted him? What did I do with my draft board? Immediately.
Threw it right across the room.
And why was that? What did I tell you?
Because you said that he was, I don't know. I think it was that's just not the guy that you wanted.
He has all the physical talent you want in the world. 6'4", 250. They don't grow linebackers like that anymore. Okay? The problem is, dude, you could just tell. You could just tell by looking at him, football was not there for him. He was one of the.
It's not that, dude. I think physically, I don't want to get into a whole draft class and whatever, but honestly, with Rolando McClain, I'll leave it at this. He was physically there. It was up here that he had the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Here, And then there's other times. I mean, there was that one year I really wanted Sammy Watkins. I thought he was the best receiver coming out in a long time, and he didn't pan out the way he did. And then there was people that telling me the same thing. He's not worth it. But in my opinion, it was like I saw something different. And that's the thing. Everybody's different. It's just I hate it when it's like our team that's like, please don't draft this dude. Just listen to me one time. And then when they go and draft the dude, and now all the crap I was talking about in the offseason, all the crap, and people are like, just give him a chance. And what the hell do you know? Here we are, guys. Week 11. What's he done?
One touchdown.
I mean, that's the thing. I told my friend this. I've seen a lot of speed wide receivers go early. And you know what happens to them, dude? They either end up in IR or they're the fifth best wide receiver on another team 10 years from now.
Yeah,
that's it.
Look, I'm gonna end this Rug thing on a positive note, man. Here's the deal: Ruggs is a talented player. You're not going to be in the NFL and drafted in the first round for not having any talent.
Of course.
Okay, let's just get that right off the table.
Of course.
Okay, he's a talented player. He's physically gifted. You know, at the end of the day, I think it's more him and Carr just not being on the same page. I don't know if you want to give it to because of no training camp or, you know, things like that. But, you know, you would hope 10 weeks into the season, you know, you start getting him more involved to the point where, you know, at least more than 3 catches. I don't think in 10 weeks he's had more than 3 catches in any game.
The problem for me is I can't use that excuse. There's no training camp. Because on Monday night, I just saw a rookie, Justin Jefferson, carve up the Bears for 8 receptions, 135 yards. And Kirk Cousins is his quarterback.
But then again,
figure it out.
Who was it? Justin Jefferson for the
Vikings.
For the Vikings?
Yeah.
Okay, do they have the weapons that the Raiders have on offense right now? No.
So
that's the thing, dude. You know what I mean?
So okay. So you're gonna tell me you would take Kyle Rudolph over Darren Waller right now?
No.
You would take Adam Thielen over Nelson Aguilar right now?
Nah, Aguilar's balling right now. Good.
Then okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is maybe that they don't have the weapons that we have there, so that's why Ruggs doesn't get the ball enough. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're sitting back there, you got all these guys out here that are more than capable of making the catch, run, touchdown, pass, whatever. You know what I mean? And, you know, if like I said, dude, Ruggs is gifted physically. He's going to be fine. It's just going to take time. And how long it's going to take, I can't tell you. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you.
Well, you know.
Here's a good one. All right. How about this one? Last time he played very well was against who? KC. Maybe he's one of those guys that just comes up on big games, you know, and this is a big game.
Also, he's Pharrell. He'll only come against the Chargers, and that's it. Got it now. Got it.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
For me, moving on, defensively, they just got to do exactly what they did last time. Look, don't be pretty. Just do your thing. Whatever it is you got to do, just do your assignment, man. It worked last time. It should work again, but who knows? Different team from last time we played on, so hopefully the defense can recreate whatever they had against Denver. What I did like, though, is Nate Irving. I think right away you can tell the defensive line was different when Nate and Nassib and Crosby were on that line. Like, for whatever reason, when those three were on the line together, the pressure kept coming. Now, maybe that was just due to the fact that the Broncos' offensive line, it's really not that good. It's really not. But, however, there's still an NFL offensive line. So you got to have some talent to be an offensive lineman in the NFL. And look, Nassib and Nate Irving and Crosby, I'm not saying that they're nobodies, but they're not like Pro Bowlers either. So for what it's worth, maybe they found their defensive line shuffle to finally put pressure on the QB.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what they did last time, dude, was very plain and simple. It was meat and potatoes. Rush the damn passer, man. Rush the passer. and they had Patrick Mahomes, scrambling for his life, dude. Yeah, he made some good plays because that's what he does. He's a great quarterback. He's going to scramble and he's going to get some on you, man. But, when you got him running for his life, man, sooner or later, somebody's going to get home. You know what I mean? And when they get home, just like Al Davis used to say, man, he's got to go down. He's got to go down hard. Kind of like what we did with Denver. We didn't even hit that point. When we hit that kid over their locker, we got at him pretty early. I think it was Key.
Yeah,
and
Key.
Man, dude, I think he broke a couple ribs, and he played the rest of the game like that.
Yeah, his stuff. There's no questioning.
We gotta get at him.
There's no questioning the Locke's toughness. For him to play throughout that with broken ribs, there's no but I just kind of think Denver did kind of screw him a little bit. They should have pulled him immediately. If you knew after that second interception to the same guy, and after the third, it's kind of like, hey man, your ribs are becoming a factor because they still had a chance to come back. It's just I just thought it was kind of crappy on Denver's part. They left them in, but that's not my problem. I was happy they left them in. As a Raiders fan, it's like, oh, cool. We'll keep getting the picks. We'll keep hitting them for you to stop. But that's between them and whatever. But defensively this week, that's all it is. It's just pressure. Just throw pressure on these guys, and everything else will take care of itself. And it should be a good game.
You're not going to be KC if you're not making.
Oh yeah, no.
Making it uncomfortable for Patrick Mahomes, dude.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing about Kansas City's every victory that they've had. Go back to their game. Patrick Mahomes is always sitting pretty. He doesn't have to worry about pressure because the line is doing such a good job for him blocking, and he's got very valuable weapons in every aspect of the game. That it's like, oh, well, if you're going to give me all this time, I'm going to make something happen. And when he makes something happen, it's on, dude. It's on. And the Raiders just have to do that. They just have to create pressure to kind of – I know it's hard. We're not going to stop them. But if you can contain them just a little bit, the Raiders have a chance. So that, for me, defensively, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's just, can they put pressure on the quarterback again and maybe have a shot at winning this thing? We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be an exciting game. It's Sunday Night Football, and from what I heard – game on. This game is still going to go on, so we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. So hopefully nothing changes between now and Sunday.
Right.
Do you got any final words for defensively for the game? You want to give out your prediction? You got anything?
You know what, man? Again, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I think what they did against Denver was one thing. I hope a lot of Raider fans aren't coming into this one thinking like, oh, well, we just beat Denver. You know what I mean? We could do that to KC. No, we can't.
No, is a different animal.
KC is well put together. They know what they're doing, and it's going to be tough. So, Like I said, man, on this one, we need to bring our team, their mamas, and the kitchen sink, dude. If we want to, because those boys are coming ready to play, man. So, prediction, I think it's going to be really, really close. Last time I had the Raiders losing and they won. So I think this time, I think the Raiders are playing pretty well, but I don't know. I don't know if they could do it twice. I want them to. What are you thinking?
Well, I will give you my prediction tomorrow because I do the NFL one tomorrow. So you guys got to tune in for that one tomorrow.
Raiders 27, Chiefs 24.
Ooh. Another nail biter, and I don't have that many nails to go through the season, man. So hopefully, so we'll see. And lastly, my game balls, offense and defensively. I think offense, I'm gonna give it to Jacobs. I could give it to Tom Cable again, but now it's just to the point where it's like, hey man, the guy's a god. He can't do no wrong, But
yeah, pretty much.
The guy's a god.
We're not worthy.
So, but I'm going to give it to Jacobs only due to the fact that it looks like his legs are finally coming back after a couple games where it's like, where have you been, man? And then now back-to-back games where over 100 yards rushing, he's catching more, he's doing everything he can, and he's looking like one of the best backs in the NFL. It's kind of hesitant to put him top 5 right now, but for sure, top 10 running back now in the NFL, for sure. It's no mistake now. It's no mistake now. Whatever happened his rookie year, it's no mistake, dude. He is a top 10 running back in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I would say pretty close to top five, actually. There's, I think, a couple people that are already putting them up there in the top five, but I would say probably 6, 7 spot. I'd feel okay with.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, top 10, and it's kind of like where, however you feel about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, but no, I'm good with that, man. And he's doing his thing, and just so happens that Booker is a big reason for that, man. And I really hope people don't, really count him out because Booker has a lot to do with that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Booker is like the daisy to his pedal. Booker will do all the dirty work, and then here comes Josh, like, hey, thanks, Booker. All right, now let's end this. Let's put the final nail in the coffin on these guys.
Exactly. Booker's no chopped liver though, man.
He ain't. He ain't.
He's doing well, man.
Of course.
Very well.
And then defensively, it's a tough one, but I'm gonna give it to Jeff Heath. I mean, look, dude, you made an interception, and then you made a touch, pretty much an interception in the end zone that probably could have gotten Denver the lead, and you read it well, and you took it back. You almost had 3 if it wasn't for that sick one-handed grab by Kwiatkowski. But yeah, Jeff Heath. I mean, it's getting to the point now, dude, where it's like, hey, man, I think there should be whatever Gruden said about changes in the lineup. I think we're seeing it, dude. I think we're seeing it. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, Jeff Heath, that's my defensive game ball for this week.
For sure, man. Heath played balls to the wall, man. He was doing amazing back there. Kind of makes you think sometimes, like, if you think about it, that's how Harris got the job a couple years ago when I forget who we had there as safety, but he went out in a couple games, made a couple interceptions, you know what I mean? And look what happened, dude. He got the starting spot. Now you got this kid back here making interceptions, you know what I mean? And all people talk about in the Raider Nation is Harris, how horrible he is, that he's nowhere near a starter, maybe a decent backup, but hey, that kid balled out, man. He did what he did. He needed to be where he was, and he got the interceptions, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. So, and then lastly, we did talk about this earlier. We did want to do a little tribute right now for Raider fans everywhere, whoever went to Oakland and then went to San Leandro and checked out one of the coolest bars in America, Ricky's Sports Bar. So we just found out Saturday, Ricky passed away. The owner, he passed away at the age of 75. And it sucks. I mean, it sucks because there's so many memories there. And, we just wanted to take this time to, wish Tina, her family, and Ricky's family, all well wishes. I know right now it's a tough time, so I know they can care less what we think right now, but, we just kind of want to wish them well. And we miss you, Ricky. We miss you. We're going to miss you, man. And we'll see you on the other side, man. And we'll see you on the other side. It sucks. It sucks, man.
Yeah, let me jump in there, bro. I can honestly tell you that going to Oakland, the first memories I've had of going over there was stopping at Ricky's and seeing that place. Anybody that's ever been there would tell you it's just a Raider, a Raider.
It's Raider heaven, basically.
It's the Mecca, what I mean? Like a lot of people called it out there, and yeah, man, it's horrible to hear that Saturday, he passed, and I think I was telling you yesterday or the day before when we were watching the game that I was out there a couple years ago and I had noticed that he was a little, I think it was Alzheimer's, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that was taking over. So I kind of felt, and saw him that he didn't look, well, but I'm not here to talk about that. Rest in peace to him and his family and Tina, of course. Our prayers are with her and their family. But to tell a fun story, I'll never forget going over there and having my first trip, having 4 tall glasses of I forget what kind of beer it was. It was my compadre James. I don't think he's watching tonight, but he'll be the first one to tell you that the next day I was annihilated, hungover. I mean, hungover off of 4 tall glasses. And I remember my wife kicking me on the bed, like screaming, "We didn't come to Oakland to lay down and to be asleep. Get your ass up." Fun stories. Like I said, Ricky's was always the best. I'll tell one more. I'll never forget. We were in Oakland about 2-3 years ago, and we were over there, and my son was like super, super hungry. And of course, stuff happened. So our car battery just like died. Oof. So we had to go right in the ghetto of Oakland, man. And I mean, in the ghetto.
Oh, yeah.
Of Oakland to an AutoZone. I mean, people were starting to like almost scrapping in there inside of the AutoZone. Long story short, we got our battery. We went to Ricky's, and Omar had the biggest Raider burger ever, man.
Yeah.
Just great memories, man. Great memories. Rest in peace to Ricky, man. We love you, bro.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite memories from Ricky's was one of the very first times I did go out there. And, I remember there was one thing in particular, and it was that huge, and you know what I'm talking about, that Texas steakhouse style that they had. The biggest steak on the menu. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 24 ounce or whatever it was. And I remember, I ordered it, and I remember Ricky was the one that actually took my order. And he looked at me, and because this was when I was about 150 pounds, all right? Not now. Not this gordito right here. I was talking about 150 pounds, okay? And he looked at me, and he goes, "Dude, I think the steak weighs more than you. Are you sure you want this?" And I'm like, "And I want it medium well." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "You got it, man." And sure enough, he brings it out. He brings it with my mashed potatoes, my broccoli, and the whole fix. Everything's ready to go. I killed it. And, he leaves. I kill it. And he comes back and he goes, Did you just finish that? And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I know people that weigh like twice as you and they can't even finish that." And I'm like, "Yeah, bring me the bill because I'm ready to go." And he's like, "You know what, man?
You're ready to pass out right
No."
now,
And
man.
he did the coolest thing. He brought me some, I don't know what they're called, leaves for like or Tums, whatever, so the thing could go down smooth. And he actually put 2 free Cokes. Like, he didn't even charge me for the drinks. He's like, "You're already gonna pay a lot," and I'm impressed. So I'm gonna take the drinks off of your tab. You just pay for the steak, and you just try to enjoy your night. But he was one of the nicest hosts. Him and Tina, nicest hosts you'll ever meet in your life. And they would literally give you their shirt off their back if you were struggling that hard. They were just those kind of people, and they don't come around often. So, for the people that never went to Ricky's, you guys missed out. And we miss you, Ricky, and hopefully we see you on the other side. And we're gonna miss you, man. Rest in peace.
I got one more, last one, dude. Just because it's such a special moment, even talking about Ricky's and all that. Obviously, him passing and everything. But I got one more for you. We were out there, and it was I don't know what year, but we were out there and just seeing the pictures on the wall, man. You don't even know how big of a Raider fan this guy was. I mean, he had memorabilia. I mean, dude, he had, what was that, like 3 buildings, 4 buildings? And every single wall had
something.
So much stuff.
Oh yeah.
The what is it called? The snow, the tuck game.
Yeah.
Just wow, man. It was so much stuff. And then where I'm going with the story was one year I think they had the UFC fights on Saturday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And we took mom and dad out there. I don't know if you were there with us that one time, but they had it gated off, and the only way you can go in there was for
you had to buy the ticket.
$5.
Yeah, you got to pay an entrance fee. Yeah, I remember.
So I remember that time I was I was kind of like shit out of luck because we didn't know they're having the UFC that night, and so I see Tina walk by, and mom and dad, and dad were kind of like, oh man, oh well, let's just go somewhere else. They're not gonna let us in. So I told Tina, I said, hey Tina, you know what? I got my mom, my dad here. We just drove down. We're not here for the UFC. We just want to eat and have a couple of beers, if you don't mind. She's like, yeah, no problem. Told security, let us in. And mom and dad were like, man, that's cool, man. You got, you know what I mean? You got some juice over here. You know what I mean? They were just that type of people, though. You know what I mean? Just straight up cool people. And
that's the thing with, I think that's the thing, like, with Tina and Rick, as long as you guys were straight up with them, they'll be straight up with you, and business is business, and now that was it. But,
exactly, man.
We're going to miss some, we're going to miss Tina, we're going to miss Ricky, we're going to miss, all the memories there. We're just going to miss that restaurant in general, and, we're going to miss the man himself, and, it's just, we weren't ready for it. We kind of, people that really didn't know him and knew the story of Ricky, you can tell that it was just, it was getting bad. And then you were never ready to hear the bad news, but, unfortunately it did happen on Saturday, and I wish, we can I would give him 24 hours on this channel, because, he deserves more than that, but,
yeah.
The one thing I'm going to take away is, all the cool things he did for us, from opening that restaurant to just, it was like his second home, and he let us in, and we threw parties from Raiderhead to hearing their whole album, getting kicked out of the parking lot, to drinking beers, to drinking beers and everything, and the parties, the music, it was awesome, and that's people that are Raider fans never got to make it to Ricky's. That was your guys' loss, man. But the people that did know and that did go visit, it was awesome. And we, for Ricky, thank you for all that, man. And may he rest in peace. And that's it.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Yeah. Our prayers are with them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But all right, bro. I will see you Sunday. We'll talk about food arrangements for this Kansas City game. And I'm going to do my predictions tomorrow, so tune in. Maybe you'll be surprised who I pick.
We'll see.
I picked the Raiders 2 weeks in a row, so hey, you got to give me some credit.
You're not going to pick the Raiders. I already know you. When shit hits the fan, you won't go with our boys. We'll see. I'll see you guys later then, all right, man?
All right, later on, bro. Good night, everybody. Take care.